All right, so we are continuing our annual membership celebration this week, and the celebration continues. Today, we are joined by Tom Quash, Chief Marketing and Program Officer for Compassion and Choices. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for being a part of our membership celebration today. As a reminder, our membership celebration will run through Friday, November 19th. And anyone who joins or renews during these 2 weeks using the promo code NC2022 will receive 2 free months added to your annual membership, which will make it last 14 months instead of 12. Plus the first 250 to sign up will receive a really cool swag bag. We've got all sorts of fun ASA gear in there, some ASA socks, a water bottle, and some other goodies. So that's really fun. And remember that even if you aren't up for renewal yet, you can always renew now, and we'll add the 14 months on top of your continuing membership. So during our membership celebration, we are talking to some of our members about their work and how ASA has supported them. And today I wanted to talk about how ASA can support organizations specifically. So ASA actually offers a few types of memberships, and one of them is our organizational membership. The idea of this membership is to help various organizations give access to ASA to different people within departments of their organization. Sometimes sharing membership with your HR department could help them in workforce development by fighting ageism in hiring and staffing practices. Or maybe with your marketing department, that could help them learn about how to better reach older adults, or your design department that can think differently about serving older adults as well. So we know that the age is multidimensional, and we want to provide access and service to the various dimensions of your work and business. So Tom, would you please take a moment to introduce yourself and your company and talk about how Compassion and Choices utilizes your ASA membership?
Sure. Thank you. Again, my name is Tom Quash, and I'm the Chief Marketing and Program Officer at Compassion and Choices. Compassion and Choices is a nonprofit that is empowering everyone to chart their own end-of-life journey. And some of the demographics at Compassion and Choices are really similar to those at ASA. And in the early days of our organizational membership, we found from the ASA community that there was a curiosity about some of the work that we did, specifically end-of-life care, autonomy, and also our dementia initiative. And so this allows us, the membership allows us to talk about the work that we do to the ASA community, as well as learn more about ASA, and its program offerings, resources, the value that you have that you deliver to your own community.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on today. It's interesting because I know you have utilized your ASA membership in this space here to share your thought leadership specifically and helping you reach our audience, and then vice versa as well. So can you speak a little bit to how that has helped you from a marketing perspective?
Sure. Well, we have a very focused mission, as I just identified, but really our work is for the general population. And so we've used our president and CEO and our volunteer leaders, some of our storytellers who are part of our community, to really talk about the specific work that we do as an organization and how that's really relevant to the ASA community and your own members. So it allows us to go beyond the community that is already familiar with Compassion and Choices and really talk more about our mission and our relevancy to not just an aging population, but really the entire general population in this country.
As we are all aging. Yes. Okay. So organizational memberships are really key for ASA because we want to reach people who can help diversify our membership, and we want to hear from everybody. One of the best places to do this is our collaboratives, because that is our online networking system where members are able to go in and engage in discussions within specific topics and communities within ASA. So have you had a chance to network with others through ASA, and how has that been able to support you in your work?
Sure, and I've mentioned that our president and other volunteer leaders have participated in webcasts, some of the webinars that ASA hosts and offers. And from that, we have found, and I know that one of your strategic priorities is related to diversity, equity, and inclusivity, which is our strategic objectives. So as together, we're both organizations are trying to really figure this out, how to make an impact in the DEI space. We've had ASA members come to us about some of the content that we've delivered and that ASA has hosted. And so this has really opened up the door for us to have more collaboration, not just with the organization itself, but with some of the members that are in your community and some of the donors and supporters that are in our space.
Absolutely. Yes, and there's a DEI collaborative, if that's something that members are interested in becoming and joining to be a part of. That's on our website as well. So I would encourage people to check that one out for sure, specifically. Okay, so I know you're planning on coming to our annual conference in New Orleans. Yes. And as a reminder for everyone, the On Aging Conference will be live and in person in April. And early bird rates end on November 19th, so the end of this week. So if you want to get registered, now is a great time to do that. So Tom, how do you anticipate engaging with people in person and rather than virtual, and just in general at our conference coming up?
Sure. Well, we want to make sure that we are sensitive to the comfort level of each person. And so some are certainly comfortable with the in-person environment, and there are others who are still reluctant to meet in person. So we actually are working with the City of Hope to have a hybrid event in December where we have limited in-person attendance as well as a virtual experience. And so we're excited to come to the conference and to really hopefully get to some sense of normalcy again. Being virtual, there's great opportunity that that in-person environment doesn't offer, but also the dynamic is much different. And so where we can, we want to make sure that we can have those conversations, have those connections in person. Again, based on an individual's comfort level, to really talk more about our work, ask questions in real time. We still are probably going to leverage virtual environments where it makes sense, but there's nothing like being in person, having those in-the-moment conversations. And I'm excited, and I know members of our team are excited to get back to that.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I think that there's just something special when you're face-to-face with people. So I'm really excited for our upcoming conference. I think it's going to be great. Okay, so Cindy spoke to Aisha and Padilla about this last week. And before we wrap up, I would love your perspective as well. I am new to ASA, just been here for a few months. But I get to speak with our members every day. And the thing I see over and over again is how our members work so hard, finding ways to make a better life for all people. And we know that that is the heart behind what Compassion and Choices does. So how have you found ASA able to support you in your work and your goals in that area specifically?
One thing that at least I feel that are similar in both organizations is that really empowering the individual voice and considering the individual's values and priorities. And so that's really at the heart of what we do at Compassion and Choices. and at least from my perspective, very much the spirit of ASA and the work that you do. And so I consider us like-minded organizations that are working in this big, very similar space, but I see it as an opportunity for us to learn from each other, the organizations, and from our respective communities to also connect more readily, more frequently, and also to learn from each of those communities.
For sure. Okay, I have one more question before we wrap up. And we like to ask our guests every time, what is one thing that you would like everyone to know about you and your work, Tom, and about your organizational membership with ASA?
This may sound cliche, but it's certainly a win-win from my perspective. I mean, ASA is the largest community of professionals working in the Aging in America space, and Compassion and Choices is the leader in the end-of-life care autonomy space. And so when you have the leaders in our respective communities working together to help each other move forward, make an even greater impact, increase our reach, it's really what both organizations want to do, not just for the organizations, but for the communities that we serve. So, and personally, as you mentioned earlier, we are all getting older. And as I start to think about my life, my parents' lives, ASA is not just a resource for my professional life, but it's also one for my personal life. And so for that reason, again, I feel like it's a win-win, and I encourage, it's a no-brainer, frankly, from everyone across the board in my organization to continue with our organizational membership beyond 2021, 2022, into many years into the future.
That's awesome. I love to hear that ASA is able to just partner with you through those amazing goals. So thank you so much for your time today and sharing a little bit about your organization and involvement with ASA. I'm really thankful for what I'm able to learn from you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna close out our time today. Just a quick reminder to everybody, our membership celebration ends at the end of this week. So please keep an eye out for all the stuff we have going on with that. And we would love to see you around soon. Thanks.
Thank you.